Hello, welcome all to Chapter First, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse, written by William Saroyan, and this story has been taken from Snapshots. Okay, so talking about this story, it's about two poor Armenian boys, that is, Armenia as a country, and they were from the same country, and they belonged to a particular tribe, who were famous for truthfulness and honesty. Let's go about the chapter and see what it says here. One day back there in the good old days, when I was 9 and the world was full of every imaginable kind of magnificence, and life was still a delightful and mysterious dream, my cousin Murad, who was considered crazy by everybody who knew him except me, came to my house at 4 in the morning and woke me up, tapping on the window of my room. So, the story took place when, or the event took place when the author was 9, now grown up, but when he was 9, the event took place during that time. So what happened? He says those were the good old days. Those old days were good, very nice and good. And we always cherish the old time, the old days, because we miss those days. And with the change of time also comes change in the atmosphere, in the surrounding, in the environment, and we all cannot adjust to the changing environments and surrounding and the society. So we always look back to our old days. So he says here that the writer says here that those were the good old days, and he was 9 at that time. The world was beautiful, the world was glorious, magnificent, and full of mysteries, because during childhood things seem strange, things seem mysterious. So he said there were a lot of strange and mysterious things around. My cousin Murad, and he talks here about his cousin Murad, and he was considered crazy by everybody. Everybody treated him as crazy, mad, not in bad sense, but in positive sense. He was crazy. That is, he was obsessive with a thing, and he was considered crazy by everyone but not the author. Author knew he had got tremendous qualities, and he never considered him crazy. But then came to my house. He came to his house when he was 9. He came to his house with horse, sitting on a horseback, and it was 4 in the morning. The time was 4 in the morning. Coming there, he tapped the window. Tap, that is, he struck the window. Made a light, you can say, lightly struck, not very heavily, lightly struck on the window. That is tapping, that is called tapping, that is called knocking. Knocked on the window of his room and woke him up. Aram, he said. I jumped out of bed and looked out of the window. I couldn't believe what I saw. He called out then, after tapping, after knocking on the window, he called out his name, Aram. And as he heard his name, he jumped out of the bed, because at that time no one should have been there So he was puzzled as who was calling his name, as who was there. I couldn't believe what I saw, and when he stuck his head out of the window, when he put his head out of the window, he could not believe what he saw. It wasn't morning yet, but it was summer, and with daybreak not many minutes around the corner of the world, it was light enough for me to know I wasn't dreaming. So it was summer. It was summertime, not morning yet, because for not morning, but there was sufficient light. Because the daybreak was not too far. The daybreak was near about around the corner only. So there was sufficient light. Because it was summertime. During summertime, at 5 there is sufficient light. 4:30 you get to see the light. There is light enough to make you able to see things. So he was able to see, and when he saw the things, he could not believe his eyes. Okay, so what he says that when he saw the things, he realized that, well, he was not dreaming because sufficient light was there. My cousin Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse. I stuck my head out of the window and rubbed my eyes. Okay, so what he found? What was he puzzled, surprised because he found his cousin sitting on the back of a beautiful white horse, and that was unimaginable for him. So he rubbed his eyes. He thought that he was dreaming, and that's why, to make sure that he was not dreaming, he rubbed his eyes. And then, see what happened? Yes, he said in Armenian, it's a horse. He said, yes, it's a horse, but in their language, in their own language, that is Armenian language. You're not dreaming, make it quick if you want to ride. He said, well, you're not dreaming. You're not dreaming, so make it quick, make it fast if you want to ride. If you wish to ride, have a ride, make it fast. Be quick and come down, come out. I knew my cousin Murad enjoyed being alive more than anybody else who had ever fallen into the world by mistake, but this was more than even I could believe. Now, he remarks about his cousin. He speaks about his cousin and says that he had fallen into this world by mistake. By this world might mean their community, their tribe, because the kind of person, the kind of attitude, the kind of temperament he was having, suggestive of his belonging to some other world, belonging to some other class. That is, his behavior, his attitude was something that suited rich people, say, or people who are well off, rich, who have got everything. But he was very poor, and what further is said about him that he enjoyed being alive more than anybody else. That is, though he was poor, yet he made all the efforts, he did everything that gave him pleasure. That is, he drew out pleasure. He took pleasure out of things. So he wished to ride a horse, and he completed it. And that's why people treated him, considered him as crazy. So, whatever that he did was something that even the author could not believe. In the first place, my earliest memories had been memories of horses, and my first longings had been longings to ride. So he talks about himself now. He says that his earliest memories had been memories of the horses, that when he thinks of his early days, that is when he started to, when he got aware of the world, aware of the things around, when he became conscious of things around, he found horses. Maybe not belonging to them, maybe that the father took care of the horses of some rich, and he brought the horses home, the horse home, so he had memories of horses. So he cherished. He had the memories of horses, and he cherished. He wished. He longed that he should also ride. He longed to ride. So these were the memories, and these were the longing. His longing. So this is all for now. Thank you.